So, okay, let me just be real with you guys. I'm over this. I'm over the videos. I'm over trying to explain myself to you guys. I'm over talking about shit that I really shouldn't have to talk about to the entire world. But you know who I am inside and out now. And again, even if you think I'm lying, I honestly don't give a fuck, excuse my language, what you think, because I'm trying to be extremely open and transparent with each and every one of you. I'm exhausted. I know you guys don't really care to hear about open and transparent anything. You want to see something fun, you want to see something funny, and you want to see something entertaining. However, I do want to give you the real and open version of me as I possibly can. This is a lot for me. I am not somebody who likes to sit in front of a camera. I don't like being the center of attention. I don't like trying to fight for attention either. I am somebody who honestly just wanted to stay in the background and you know, I wanted my little instead of having to put my face out there and communicate to each and every person like who the fuck I am, excuse my language again, and what it is I'm trying to do. You know, my work speaks for itself. I'm very good at what I do. And I don't just do what you see. Matter of fact, I have a lot more talents and I'm proud of myself for being able to cultivate those. This is just something extra that I was doing just because I was desperately trying to get people to understand who I was unnecessarily when people already understood who I was from the beginning. I'm not 100%. However, I am trying very hard to keep myself together right now. But again, I'm, as I said, being a messy little bitch and just dropping everything so that you guys understand where my mind is at and who I am. My mind has been single tracked for a very long time and I've been missing the entirety of everything. But I've also been trying to focus on the bigger picture of things, but missing the entire bigger picture at the same time. So it's not unusual for me to be exhausted and tired and completely done because I am. I really am. I've worked hard for years trying to cultivate skills, tried to build up mastery. However, I have not been in school for a very long time, or at least I have not perceived myself in school for a very long time. I've taken care of myself for a very long time as well, by myself. I have had very little support where it really mattered. And I am exhausted. I've come to terms with that. I'm just tired. And I felt like I was projecting a lot, you know. I felt like I was standing up for people that didn't deserve me standing up for them. And I felt like I was holding on to a lot that I don't need to carry. And I was right. So here I am. It is now 2026. I finally started my YouTube channel and I've dived deeper into what it is that I am trying to do. I've explored more ways of communicating, and it is very difficult communicating to each and every one of you. And that's not how I'm supposed to be doing it. I'm doing things now that I enjoy. And what I enjoy is art. I enjoy video games. Those are two things I've enjoyed since I was a kid. Matter of fact, I started playing card games when I was young. That's the first game I started playing, and then I went into the Game Boy station, started playing Pokemon for a very long time. I actually fell out of love with Pokemon as I got older just because I could not dedicate as much time to it as I once did. I stopped dedicating time to my video games and started focusing on everything else for a very long time. And it became a hindrance, it became annoying. I also started dedicating more time to my relationship life, which, God, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have been focused on that, honestly. But I was single track mind on what I wanted and not seeing that, what I wanted was with me for a long time. However, it was focused on what it wanted to do as well. I'm not going to go into this with you guys. I'm done over explaining and I'm done talking about it. They want me to walk, and I'm not doing that anymore. And say I wasn't focused on the right things at the right time is just, I think I just became super tired with trying to figure it all out. Not knowing that having it all figured out is not something that I needed to do. In that instance, I have affected myself probably in the worst ways. And, been disconnected in the worst ways. I am not attempting to be evil. However, this is just where life has led me at this point. And I think I'm taking the high road, but maybe I'm not. But I've never said I was a good person at all. I don't believe I'm a good person. I never did. Actually, why do I feel like I should do this over live? I don't know. Maybe I'm doing too much. Maybe I never had to go this far to fix things. But me trying to open my eyes to the truth and trying to figure out what the hell is going on has been so difficult. And I've just been watching this shit happen. Like, I don't even know what to do at this point. You know? But then again, nobody was helping me figure it out either, family or otherwise. Matter of fact, everybody thought that leaving me alone was the best way to get me to see the truth. And to be completely honest, if I say so myself, that was the worst way to get me to see anything. Because in the end, I didn't focus on that. I really didn't. I was so angry. I was hurt. I felt disrespected. And now I'm in this position that I have no control over. But then again, I never really had control to begin with. Matter of fact, it feels like the only time I gained control was when I started focusing on myself and I looked in the mirror. And I started bearing my soul to the internet. That's the only way I was able to control. And to be completely honest, I still don't have complete control over what needs to be done. I don't have control over any of it. My ideas, my soul, and my heart have been taken from me. I've lost so much. And partially it is my fault, but in all honesty, I can't blame myself for everything. I really can't. You know, I tried to communicate for years. Something ain't right. And when it came to me, I found out that, you know, something wasn't right. But again, my communication style does not sit well with a lot of people. And trust me, I still don't trust people, and it's gotten worse since then. My exhaustion, people playing with me like I'm a toy, and all of the above. Me having no help in the world, but having to beg just to get something small. This is where I'm at. And the thing is, I've had to beg family, literally my family, just to make anything happen in my life and to get something minuscule. Something to help myself, even though they had all the resources that I needed to help me. They thought they were teaching me a lesson when I was always there. But I'm tired of being there for people that are not there for me. And now it's even worse because I'm in a situation where these people don't even know me and they're not here for me either. Trying to talk to people about anything has been the most difficult situation of my life. Trying to explain things has been even worse because I don't even know what's going on anymore. I'm so tapped out that I don't even know how to. I've been trying to figure out exactly what's going on, and nobody's making anything easier to understand. It just seems like every day things are getting so much more confusing. And even trying not to focus on it has been even more difficult and more daunting. I've reached out enough. I was around for a very long time. And they say I belong here. When in reality, it feels like I'm trapped and like there's no way for me to get out. No matter how much I try. People are looking at me with fake sympathy and fake love, and I'm seeing it. And things are not changing. I'm not asking myself the same questions, which is one thing I can say, but which means I'm not quite stuck. Matter of fact, I'm asking myself a lot of different questions, which I still cannot find the answers to. And it seems like the questions are just piling up, increasing, and I'm not so confused. I'm just more or less trying to figure out how to turn the situation around. It is not easy when you're alone. And the fact that I am having to suffer just to get something to happen, just for my life to move forward. And that was back in the past, and that was now. That is also now. People want to go out and play games. Cool. But now I'm at risk of being put in the hospital just because the truth has been illuminated to me that nobody's really had any good intentions for me at the beginning. And from time to continue. I'm over it. I'm over all of it. It's all exhausting. And no matter what I do, it seems like things are just getting worse. I don't know how to change things. But what I do know is I know who I am. And to me, that's all that matters. I'm not the best person. I definitely am not. I give good advice, but I am not that good of a person, trust me. The only reason I give good advice is because I failed so many times. And I just want the world to see that. I'm not apologizing for that. I'm not apologizing for who I am. But at the end of the day, why apologize for it when I've been honest about it since the beginning? And anybody who chose not to believe what I had to say, well, that was on you. I explained myself way too many times. I'm done trying to clear up any rumors. I'm done trying to fix anybody's perception of me. This is the real world. Nobody cares. And that goes for anybody and their life as of current. Nobody cares. They want something. Everybody wants something. But it's up to them to go out and get that for themselves. You know, there are things that have been on my mind for a long time that I have not been able to do. And it's at a point to where I may never get to do those things. Mm. Calling out for help is not going to work at this point. I've called out too much, and I've still never gotten the help I needed. All I've been met with was more adversity and more issues. So I decided to stay alone. Whether I survive this winter or not is going to be completely indicative of higher power. I got fed up and tired long before anybody else did, which is why I walked the fuck away. And I walked away. I walked away with no remorse and no shame. And I'm going to keep it that way because I meant it. Constantly going through life, not being able to take care of myself, but yet also being able to take care of myself because I worked hard. No. Being outcasted and shunned by my family. Mm-mm. And all because of their egos and them saying it was always my attitude, when in reality, yes, I may have an attitude, but it's always a two-way street. I've tried to keep control of myself, and I've tried to really communicate with them, but never did the communication. Never. The communication always fell on deaf ears. I don't hate them. No. Matter of fact, I care for my family more than they know. Yeah, that's the truth. But at the same time as I care about my family, I do not accept the way I've been treated over my adult life. And I mean, over my young adult life. Because I could have been treated better, but I wasn't. And it's translating outside of San Antonio as well. Yes, I did not make it far on foot. My feet bled. I shed a lot of fucking tears. And I sweat a lot to get to where I am today. And this is not where I stop. I do not plan to turn around and go back to the same place I prayed myself out of. And I do not plan to allow people to continue to do me any type of way, no matter how cold it may get. Honestly, I'm hoping I survive, but there's no guarantees. If you don't see me within the next week or two, I didn't make it. And I want you to know that I tried on so many occasions too. I tried so many occasions to care. I tried on so many occasions to be of assistance and to help. And I've tried on so many occasions to be what people want me to do and to meet everybody's expectations. And unfortunately, I cannot do that because guess what? I am a human being just like everybody else. I'm not a fucking robot. I am a certified crash out. But when I crash out, everybody's going to feel this shit. Again, if I don't make it, just know I tried. I communicated with each and every single person as much as I possibly could, and I tried to get the message out. I tried to tell you who I was. I tried to show you who I was and what I was there to do. I tried to show you that I am not here to cause problems. However, I can be the entire issue. After I walked out of San Antonio, do you know I was handed a fishing line? With no words. So far, I've been made to sleep in a tent. This is the actions of those who are good. Know this: the good die young is a true statement. Because if you are doing good for anybody, if you have helped in any way, shape, or form, they won't see that. They'll never see it. They'll know, but they'll never see it. People will take you for granted all your life and nobody will care, especially if you don't have the money to protect yourself. If you're on the lower end of the totem pole, you will suffer. If you have not realized you have no control over most situations, you will suffer. And your disdain for people will grow. Personally, I've come to a position where I'm okay being alone. I'm okay being by myself, and I'm okay being single because I'm tired of being played with. It's been a long time coming. And this is not just one thing. I've done good things for people, but I've sacrificed myself in the meantime just to get things done. So again, if you guys don't see another post from me within the next couple of weeks, couple months, just know I didn't make it, and I hope all of you live the life that you deserve to live. And this is not me being depressed anymore, because I've come to terms with the fact that nobody gives a fuck. But this is a lesson for all of those from here forward who may be trying to reach their goals. Focus on yourself. Focus on yourself and focus on whatever it is you want to put out into the world. And whatever you do not let anybody take that from you. Because in the end of the day, you came on this earth by yourself, even if it wasn't by choice. And you are going to leave this earth by yourself. I may die with this one, but I think it's definitely worth hearing that if you ain't got it, your life ain't worth it. As I said, there's a life I wanted to live for a very long time. And I feel like my life has hit its end. These might be the last 30 minutes that I get to explain anything and to show you guys anything. But I hope you take something from this message today. Treat the people that treat you well better than you want to. And make sure you pay attention to how people are interacting with you. And don't let people play with you. No matter what it takes. Because at the end of the day, there are people that want it better than you, and they're willing to do some unscrupulous things just to get it. They're willing to put your life on the line just to get what they want. They don't care. Take it from me.
nobody's ever going to care. This is the world that we live in. These are the lessons that each of us need to learn. But don't lose yourself either to your desire for more. Because at the end of the day, what they get from from hurting you is not going to be worth it. Because in the end, just as fast as they get it is as fast as it all gets taken away. You can't do people wrong and expect to be blessed in the end. And that's all I've got for you guys today. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to drop a comment in the description box below. You can even touch on my previous videos and send me an email. I will get back to you at my earliest convenience, if at all. Go ahead and drop a like and share this video with your friends and family so that we can get the message out and hopefully we can make some change. Because at the end of the day, it's time that we start shifting the way we see the world and our perception of how things should be done. And we need to start giving the credit to those it belongs to. Because those people truly deserve it, whoever they may be. And they shouldn't have to put so much effort into getting it. Let the real rise. That's all I got.